Hey guys! This video today is about everything you need to know about Chinese customs/traditions. Let's get straight to it. First of all, spitting. Yes, spitting. Chinese people tend to spit in cafes, restaurants. I actually saw it with my own eyes and I was kind of shocked. Yeah, I'm just sitting there minding my own business eating and then you hear somebody in the background, you and I was like, I had no idea, but yeah, spitting is something common that happens in China. You also see it out like in, what do you call it, out in the public a lot too, but mostly common in restaurants and cafes where like there's actually like bins, small trash bins like next to the tables just for spitting in. Second of all, number two, oh yes, talking at the top of their lungs. If you have a Chinese friend or if you've been to China, you know what I mean. Chinese tend to talk at the top of their lungs. And listen, for foreigners, it's like we're not used to that, huh? So when we go there, you tend to be like, okay, like afraid and like kind of like, but it's totally okay because they talk to that, like they talk as loud as they can, like whenever they can. That's just how they are, okay? Like, so don't be offended by that in any way. Third of all, hot water. So wherever you go, doesn't even like have to be like a restaurant or a cafe. It could be like just a small like food shop, a snack shop, whatever. Like they always give you hot water. They give you a glass of hot water. So for example, like usually we know like in cafes here in Morocco, if you order, what do you call that? If you order coffee, they give you a bottle of cold water with it, right? While in China, they give it to you before you order your dish. So you have to have that. Put in mind, like they do give it to you pretty hot, so you have to like wait until it cools down and then drink it, okay? At the beginning, it was really hard for me to get used to the hot water, but even now, like I actually brought that back with me from China. And now in Morocco, I actually enjoy hot water because if you look it up on the internet, it's super, super healthy. You know what I'm telling you right now, the benefits of hot water. Okay, so basically, hot water helps your digestion. It relieves constipation, hydrates your body, and aids weight loss. So people who are trying to lose weight, I advise you hot water, and helps you get rid of toxins. So like the Chinese people do know like what they're doing. So what's next? I got like a whole little list of things that I've seen and I've experienced in China, and yeah, that's like where you're gonna see me looking down a bit. This one may seem really weird, trust me. So police, they use geese. Yes, you heard me, they use geese in law enforcement instead of guard dogs. Yes, so they said geese tend to be very aggressive and they're very loud. They scare people away. Yeah, that's why they use geese. I can't really like say more than that. Anyways, so like where are we at? Like we're at five or four? Five. Anyways, next one is burping. So after you had a delicious dish at China, you have to burp because burping is showing gratitude. It's like, yes, I enjoyed this meal very much. Thank you very much. I've actually like had times I've been eating out and like I'm eating, right? And you see the person, like the owner, like just staring at you, like waiting for you, like waiting for something. I never understood like what they're waiting for. Like, are they waiting for a tip? Tips, I'm gonna get to tips later. Are they waiting for something to happen? And yes, they're waiting for you to burp. They are waiting for you to burp. Which is like, I enjoyed it. It was yummy, like delicious. Okay. Another thing, apart from burping, even like eating with a loud noise. So a lot of people go to China and they find out that Chinese people tend to eat like very loudly. For example, like people who have a soup or noodles, okay, they tend to have it like this. Yeah. It can get annoying at times if you're like in a room surrounded by Chinese. The only thing you can hear, and it's all around you, is yes, that means they are enjoying their food. Burping, gratitude. Okay, next one are chopsticks. So like Chinese, they use chopsticks, right? And chopsticks are never like put into like your dish. For example, like in our Western culture, if you go to somewhere, like usually sometimes they put your fork like inside of the dish, so you can like. Chinese, no, they chopsticks, they put it like separate. They never put chopsticks like upright, like inside your food. For example, this is the rice chopsticks here. No, they always like lay it down separately, okay? And the next one is pointing. Pointing like this. No, don't do it. It's rude. It's considered rude. Another thing, this one I actually like found out the hard way. You know, like here in Morocco, like touching is like a kind of like normal thing, like mwah, mwah, kiss on the cheek, hugging people, being friendly. It's normal, right? Not so like that in China. So people are not touchy. Do not touch, hug, lock arms, any body contact. All body contact in general in China is kind of like, you know, meh. So I found out this the hard way, unfortunately, because like I had a friend, a Chinese friend, and she was super kind, and I met her once. Like I was excited to meet her for the first time I met her, and I like tried to like, you know, not even like a full hug, like just like one like hug, half a hug and tapping her, right? And she was kind of like wary like from that. She was like, you know, she was like, it seems like they're scared of you, right? But no, like they're not like used to being like hugged, touched in a way, so don't do that. Oh yeah, clicking your fingers and whistling. Very rude in China. Do not whistle around people. Do not click your fingers like that. Rude. Oh yeah, the last thing. You remember earlier when I talked about tipping, like, you know, giving people tips? So in America, like, it's a must. You have to tip someone, because at the end of the day, those waiters, like, half of their wage is like from people tipping them, right? So in China, when it comes down to tips, tipping is offensive. Basically, giving someone a tip most likely would make them feel like a bit you're just belittling them, which they don't enjoy. Of course they're not gonna like that, being belittled. So yeah, tipping is offensive. Don't do it. Another quick funny fact is gifts. Gifts many times are going to be refused. If you give a person a gift, they're going to refuse it many times and then accept it. Okay? Oh, last but not least, I think for us Moroccans that live and are surrounded by traditional toilets, we're used to seeing them. But from how do you call it? Because in Morocco we have many of them. Like we have the choice. We have the choice of the normal toilet and then like the toilet on the ground. In China, you will mainly see the one on the ground. Don't like walk in the room and then be like, what? What the f? Let me know if you want another cultural shock video for the UK or for Morocco. Overall, Chinese people, I love you, I love you. A lot of love goes out to you Chinese people. Thank you and I appreciate you, and I enjoyed my 6 months in China, and I hopefully, God begging, we're gonna go back next year. Because it does look like Corona is slowly, like, you know, going down, and we just hope that this ends soon, because we've been dealing with this for 3 years. See you in the next video. Bye.